Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Once again, it's your boy, call me Boss Lee, back at it like a crack addict without the crack addict. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, yo, today I just decided to shoot a little tribute to my niggas out there, to the youth out there who's still out there in the streets, still out there breaking the law, still out there, you know what I'm saying? Trying to find their financial security. My only advice to them is, as much as I can make these videos and other brothers can make these videos and tell you, oh, don't trap. Oh, don't go out there robbing. Oh, don't go out there scamming. You know what I realized? You can't really tell someone not to do what they know unless you can show them a better way. Unless you can actually compensate or replace that same thing that you're asking them to leave alone. Can you compensate that lifestyle? If not, you shouldn't really be giving that man that type of advice unless you got a better way for him or at least a better direction for him. Because naturally, it's going to be hard for him to be receptive to something he doesn't see materializing within you and your speeches and things like that. But I still do that to say, like, yo, the least you can do if you're not going to try to do the right thing, man, is at least learn the law. Learn the rules of engagement in the game that you're playing. Now, what incited this video for me, right? What sparked this video, what basically gave me an incentive to make this video was I seen the little homie this morning, and I'm talking to him and shit, and he's like, yo, how that YouTube shit working out? I see you deleted your channel, blah, 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 blah. I guess it's back to the trap now. This is what he said to me. And I told him, like, nah, YouTube was never really paying bread like that. It was never really setting out the money that you would think. It's more about popularity, if you ask me. It just made me more known to people that didn't know me before. So then we started going into other things, of course, that I'm not going to repeat here. But the fact of the matter, and the principle of the matter is this, man, like I told him, the cops got to get lucky one time, bro. They out there all day. They just got to get lucky one time and catch you lacking, and their job is done. When you out here selling drugs and you make that your job and your career path, you got to get lucky every day. You got to hope they don't catch you every day. You got to hope every hand that you put some type of drug into isn't a police. Isn't a cop, isn't a confidential informant, isn't working against your ultimate goal. And of course, like everyone else, he hits me with the, nah, but I'm saying that's why you gotta move smart. You gotta move milli. You gotta be on point. Now, that's what sparked the whole thought for this video. So what's being milli? What's being on point? You feel me? What is that exactly? How can you tell a fiend from a confidential informant if it's the first time you ever dealt with him? There is no telling. There's certain things that you can't do, but there is certain things that you can. You feel me? Now I could also sit here and just give you a bunch of trap tricks, but then that's counterproductive. I'm just give you something to think about, something to ponder on. I'm gonna be your devil's advocate. Like, example, where you put your drugs is key. Where you stash them is key. Put in the same thing, in the same key. You gotta remember something. They have training ceremonies for that. Every time a cop actually stumbles across some new technology, some new stash box, some new innovative way that we've came up with to hide whatever the hell we're doing, as soon as they get updates, they update each other. The game is constantly updated every day. This is why they have roll call. This is why they have meetings. Like, this is why law enforcement takes their job extremely serious, because law enforcement, unfortunately for them, is a reactive game. For those that understand it, it's reactive. They can't do nothing until we do something. Then they have to react to what we did, find a way to stop what we're doing. Criminals, we're the proactive ones. We actually do things first. While we got to constantly find new ways to get around what they're doing. We got to constantly change it up. New phones, new cars, new routes. Things like that. Now, when you speak about being on point and things of that nature, of course, you're going to take every proper precaution in the field to, avoid getting apprehended. But now, what about when all else fails? You just give up? There's no contingency plan? Are you not planning for the failure already? The what if? The what if factor is what a lot of people forget to incorporate. You hustlers, you trappers. And then he said, this is what I'm going to break down for you. The what if factors. Okay, what if I get caught? Damn. Do I have a lawyer? If I don't have a lawyer already on retainer, do I have the money for a lawyer? Did I save anything for a lawyer? No, all right, damn, all right. If I didn't do that, I don't have the money for a lawyer. Damn. Do I at least know the law so I could go pro se? Pro se, for those that don't know, is you addressing the court on your own behalf instead of hiring an attorney. You defend yourself. Now, some of y'all never even knew that you could do that. Some of you never even knew that there was something called pro se. But you trapping. You outside. You on point. More things that you gotta be, the what if factors that we was touching on. All right. Now, God forbid, you don't have the money for a lawyer, you don't have a lawyer, and you don't have the knowledge of the law. What do you do now? Do you know? But if you can't call mommy or whoever you've been calling that figures out everything for you, what's next? Do you know? The answer is no, you got some studying to do. I'm going to give you a shortcut of the answer about where to start. It's called a legal aid, an 18B, which is a lawyer appointed to you by the court of law, which is one of the cheapest, wackest lawyers that you can find. Some of them work with passion because they love the art of law, but for the most part, the rest of them are overworked and underpaid. That's not what you want. But at least you know those are your options. At least have the knowledge of your options. Put that to the side. Another what ifs, okay? If I get caught, do you know the laws around the crime you're committing? Meaning, if you sell crack, do you know the guidelines on crack charges? As far as how many grams could get you a certain amount of time, how many grams is this felony, how many grams is that felony, how many grams get your case picked up by the federal investigative agency rather than the state investigative agency? Are these things that you took the time to research? Because every drug, you don't get the same amount of time. Some drugs you get a lot more time for touching than others. Scams, robbery, whatever crime you consider your MO, your field of expertise, any crime that you feel is your lane, do you know anything about that crime? The different degrees, what level felony it is? Is it a felony or a misdemeanor? No, you didn't take the time to research that. I can guarantee you, half you dudes who will be the first to yell, you just gotta be on point, up and ready. Move smarter, move smoother. He's gonna be the first dudes to say those things that aren't educated, that aren't moving smarter, aren't moving smoother, and don't even have the knowledge of how to do so. Now, sometimes when you're not in a position to teach a dude better financially because you can't provide it for him, the least you could do is give him something to think about to make him question his own decisions, to make him question his own choices. Since you want to be a trapper, you understand what I'm saying, bro? Like, with our youth now, we have to find a different way to target them. For my young boys that's watching this, you know why niggas entertainment? Because you know I ain't gonna tell you the whack shit. I ain't gonna tell you a bunch of shit that I ain't doing. And I'm gonna tell you some real shit to think about. But I'm not your father, so I'm also not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna act any different towards you because of the decision you still decided to make. All I'm doing is my job as your brother to give you something to think about. Understand the rules of engagement. And with that said, salute. I hope y'all enjoyed it. You caught the wisdom. I'll be back later.